Today's guest is a real one. He's produced for heavy hitters like Post Malone, Snoop Dogg, and also our good friends Los Rakas. And he's still out here building systems to make sure creatives actually get paid. He's Grammy-nominated, self-made, and not afraid to speak on the dark side of the game.
Max Perry, aka Maxwell Smart, isn't just a producer. He's an architect that builds records, businesses, and has a reputation for doing things the right way. He grew up in a Brooklyn music family. His dad, Fred Perry, was a drummer and a label owner. His uncle, Richard Perry, produced some of the biggest names in music history. And today, Max is carving out his own legacy, one that flips the script, putting control back in the hands of the people that actually make the music.
In this episode, we talk about risk, my favorite, ownership building, legacy, and what it really takes to survive in the music industry with your integrity intact. Whether you're a creative, entrepreneur like myself, or just someone who respects the hustle, my favorite, this one is for you. Let's get into it. Max Perry in the building, the roots of ambition.
Yes,
Thank
welcome
you,
to the
big
podcast,
dog.
Max,
sir.
Let's
Appreciate
go.
you guys.
Let's have you
Let's
here.
go. Let's
Thank
go,
you, sir.
bro.
Man, thanks for having me, guys.
Hell yeah.
Man, you guys got a great set. It looks so good. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
It's great to be here.
Little different.
No, I mean, different in a good way. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, like, okay, we're on a real set here. Like, this is tight.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Brooklyn in the house.
Yes, sir. Always.
We've been very excited having you here.
Man, I
we have
appreciate
a
that. Thank you.
19th guest, and
Man,
this one's one where we
congrats
were
on
like,
that.
oh my God, thank you.
That's not easy to do.
No,
like, it takes
no.
a lot to coordinate, and so my hat's off to you guys.
Hey, shout out to our homeboy Walter in the
Shout out,
building.
Walter.
yeah, shout out to my brother Walt. Always.
Appreciate you, big dog. Yeah, man. So man, I want to jump right into it, bro. All right. First of all, my first question is, what's the biggest difference between New York and Cali or San Francisco?
So obviously San Francisco and the Bay Area it has its own complete identity, even from the rest of Cali. Like when honestly, like for a lot of New Yorkers, when they think of Cali, they automatically think of LA.
Yeah.
The
always,
culture,
always.
what it looks like, where it is. I've had friends that are like, "Yo, what's up? I'm coming out to visit." And I'm like, "Where are you flying into?" They're like, LAX. I'm like, "Bro, you're another planet away. Are you kidding me?" So like that just kind of proves like how people perceive it. So the Bay being what it is, it was actually a really cool transition because the Bay is actually very similar to New York in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like Oakland, Frisco's very much like Manhattan. There's also like a lot of aesthetic similarities between like neighborhoods in the Bay and neighborhoods in New York. And like Oakland is very, very much like Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
Right,
and so like it was cool. And I think like a lot of people have similar mind states regarding certain things in life. So yeah, I mean, I love it. It's definitely more high paced in New York, but I mean.
Oh, really? This is more high paced in New York?
No, I mean, no, in New York.
Oh,
is
in
more
New York.
high-paced,
I was about to say, hold on, dog.
In New York is more high paced. That's like the main difference. But I mean, I think New York is probably one of the most high paced places in the world.
We were just talking, bro. That's a different beast, bro.
It's
Everybody
beast,
was.
We're quick. We have no time to waste.
No, bro.
And the early bird gets the worm, and it's time to get it.
100%, brother.
Yeah.
I think that's what set the tone for the rest of the world, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's where the epitome of the famous slogan, speed kills. Like, you have to move, bro.
Yeah.
Because if you're not moving, you're getting left behind.
Right.
Even in respect to like the time, like, let's just say like, we're out here hustling, doing deals. New Yorkers already been up for 3 hours. Like they're, you know what I mean? Like they're damn near like could be done for the day by the time someone goes
Just
to work out here. So if someone goes to work at 9 o'clock, it's already lunch for them. They already like,
It took your lunch money, dog.
Obviously we gotta, live within the confines of where we are. But, if you're a hustler, you got to think about those kind of things. You got to be like, damn, I got to work harder than the New Yorkers because they're 3 hours ahead of me.
Straight
and blah,
up.
blah, blah. And they're high paced. And, you know, we got to realize that we don't get to decide, you know, the speed of the river.
No.
The speed of the river is the speed of the river. And it's our job to be able to accept and adapt to that.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you know, that will determine whether you're ahead of the pack or trailing behind.
You better build that canoe real quick, dog.
Otherwise, you drown.
Exactly.
Was that something hard to adjust to? Like, you know.
No, like, you know, luckily I had some family out here, and I had been coming out here since I was about 14 years old. So I had, you know,
You knew what to expect.
Yeah, and also I had developed like a bunch of like really meaningful friendships and relationships that kind of like helped, you know, because it is quite the transition to go kind of cross country.
Yeah.
I was still an adult, but you know, I think I was like 24 when I moved out here in 2008.
Yeah.
And but it was super meaningful, and you know, I love the Bay Area. That it's one of the best places in the world.
Right on,
and
bro.
Yeah, now it's time to just really set up the structure for people to be able to operate in the music space more efficiently and more professionally,
Right.
and kind of bring a balance to kind of, you know,
Yeah. So
a crazy industry.
So real quick, bro, on this podcast, man, I like to mix it up, bro. I like to go from the beginning
Dope.
all the way to the back end, to the middle, you know what I mean? Just kind of just keep the conversation going. So
course.
just real quick, I want these people, how do you introduce yourself to someone who doesn't know who you are, bro? Who is Mr. Max Perry?
So, I mean, I always say that primarily I'm a producer.
Right?
So I've been producing for close to 25 years, since I was 16 years old. And
Damn, young, bro.
then halfway through, about like in like 2010, 2011, I started engineering, and I kind of just, because I was a good producer, I already had a good ear, which is really like the biggest weapon any musician could have, is a good ear. Because if you have a good ear, all we're doing as musicians is hearing things in our head and materializing them into real life. So if you have a good ear and you know how to translate that well, you'll be a good musician.
Yeah. But you were born and raised around that, though, bro.
Definitely.
Would you say
that developed my ear?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, like, you know, whenever, like, you know, you get exposed to music and that, you know, and experience things musically, that's like, you know, your musical education. And like the same thing like with regular education, like the more you educate yourself, or your ear in this case, the better your ear is going to be. But, you know, obviously natural talent, I'm sure, like helps that and like cultivates that. It's kind of like the seed or whatever.
Yeah.
I
And
felt that I'm the one who left it on.
yeah, but it's all about a good ear. And with the engineering, so about halfway through, I couldn't afford an engineer. I had my boy, a close friend of mine, Todd Cooper, who does like tons of stuff, like all Larry June stuff, and like you know,
gets all your
Travis
stuff
Scott.
done.
He's got crazy accolades. Shout out to Todd. But you know, I had like 100 beats that I wanted to shop around to like artists and labels, but I needed them to sound top notch.
Yeah.
Right.
So he tuned them up.
Well, he tuned up a couple, but like I couldn't at the time I couldn't afford 100 beats mix, and like, you know, we don't know what, nothing could happen to these beats. You know,
Straight up.
I could shop them, someone could like them, maybe.
So you're gambling or investing in them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man.
And so literally out of necessity, I had to start engineering myself.
Okay.
So that's how
You
that
taught
came
yourself how to
about.
do
Yeah.
that.
And then started working for Wash House, engineering for all their artists, including J Boog and Fiji. Rest in peace to my brother Fiji.
How old were you then?
I was like 27, 28. It was like 2010, 2011.
Okay.
And started doing all the engineering for Wash House, and then running their studio in Berkeley, and then we all went out to Hawaii for a couple years. I was running the studios out there.
Oh, right on.
and then came back, started working at the Grill Studios in Emeryville, and eventually running the grill. And then
So when you say you're working at the Grill Studios, like you're working with a bunch of artists? Or?
yeah, so I started off as an engineer there because Wash House was renting next door, so the grill was split in two.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And so the grill had one side and Wash House had the other. And honestly, I just needed work. I needed more. And so I was hollering at my brother Lev.
Well, I gotta make some dollars, dog.
Yeah, I was like, I was hollering at my good buddy Lev, who owns the Grill Studios, and I was like, man, I need to work. And it took me like probably begging him for like 3 weeks. No, like, bro, I'm really serious. Like, I'm really ready to work. Like, cause a lot of people say they're ready to work, but they're not ready to work.
No,
They're like, they're not ready to do what it takes to be successful.
100%.
And I'm like relentless.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to be. You have to be completely relentless, because this business is like, you have to see it real first, because it's like catching air. You know what I mean? Like no one's gonna. You're crazy until you're not.
Yeah.
You know.
But at that beginning, you weren't thinking it as a career. You're just like, it's a way to get money. Was it?
I mean, partly. So like, I'm like an efficiency junkie. So like, I'm
that.
always trying to figure out ways to get better or ways to do things better. And, I consider myself a talented person and a quick learner. So if I have the talent to do something with a strong ability, it's almost my duty and responsibility to do that thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I could have been born with zero talent, and, God put this talent in whoever, there's talented people all over the place. And, it's our responsibility to use those talents appropriately.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great way to put it, dude.
And so, I just want to, I got good at, that's what it really was also. I got good at it pretty quick because I had already been good at producing and how things sound and how the record should sound and how songs sound in general. I already had a good grasp of like what to do mixing wise. And now it was just the technical thing, like how to use the software, how to use the plugins, and, just refining. And I feel like with mixing, there's like, you're always a student. Like you never really fully know, you know what I mean? Like you're always learning. There's always cool new plugins coming out. And,
So, man, okay, I'm naive to the inside of the game, right? I mean, I love music, right? I love the beats, right? I grew up on Run DMC, NWA back in the day, right? I know enough to just say I love music in all aspects. But for you, bro, you get to work with some of these people hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
So were you ever like starstruck with working with someone, or like, damn, or it was just like, man, I'm doing what I love, so I'm just collaborating with someone who loves to do what they love, and we're gonna put this magic together. Well, how does that work?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, like, there's just people like us, you know what I mean? So 100%. It's like I judge, the intern the same way I judge the CEO, which is like, the merit of their character. So, I mean, I've met people that, aren't really cool. And then I've met people that are like great people and like that develop into actual friendships with these people. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so
I could rock with this guy. Right here,
like
without the music, I can just be a friend with him.
Exactly.
Right.
But it's like, you got to gauge everyone, according to them,
so when you say you worked with these people, did you work with them like in studio, or
there's
was
different
it like,
scenarios?
Was it like a Zoom kind of thing where I'm gonna send you this beat? You know what I mean?
There's definitely a lot of internet working just because people are in different areas, and it's like we're not, we don't necessarily have the time to not take advantage of that instant. Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I've definitely worked in person with tons of artists. I get positive results both ways.
Hell yeah,
because sometimes an artist could be alone in their zone, not want anyone around, and kind of so they can just kind of
do their thing,
unwind, and do their thing. And then sometimes there's artists that like really welcome the feedback and kind of working, with the producer and kind of like, exchanging feedback back and forth.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's I got to ask you this question, bro. So what went through your mind or just your reaction knowing that for the first time you were Grammy nominated, bro? I mean, I don't know your full story. I watched a bunch of podcasts lately, but that was my first thing, like, bro, because I mean, to me, I look at like, that's like a Super Bowl in your area, right? Like you're invited to this big pinnacle of what you do and how you do it, and you're basically all your competitors are there, and you're one out of 100 people in that category that got selected. How was that feeling for you, bro?
It was definitely a very surreal moment. Like it was almost like,
dude.
Oh shit, we're actually nominated. Like this is crazy.
Did you get a phone call for it or
no? But they have a pretty publicized unveiling of the nominations like early in the morning. Like it gets broadcasted.
How did you find out?
Just by like waking up early and just like Googling the nomination. It was probably on like CBS or Billboard. It's everywhere. Everyone posted.
That's dope.
But
what was the first nomination for?
It was for J Boog's album for Reggae Album of the Year.
Oh,
nice, bro.
Yeah, shout out to my boy J Boog.
J Boog. That's sick, bro.
Yeah, it was really
and then
cool.
you got the second one the year after.
Oh, yeah, also with J Boog. Shout out to Boog. Incredible album.
That's so dope, dude.
That's the album that the second one is the one that we were working on when we were in Hawaii working.
Right.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Right on.
And then the year after that for engineering, because Boog was engineering and production, and then I recorded Paramedic for SOBRB.
Yeah.
That went on the Black Panther soundtrack.
Respect, brother.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That's a lot of hard work, bro.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I mean, I run 2 businesses myself, bro.
Yeah.
I got over 40 employees, and it's rough, dog. Right?
That's big.
You know what I'm saying? But still, man, like what you're doing is huge, bro. Right? You're chasing your dream.
Yeah.
Knowing how your brother convinced your parents to get you that machine, and you just started running, bro.
Yeah.
Right? At this point, right, you've had a lot of success and you're having fun. You got a family now, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people always ask me, like, well, how the hell do you have 50 employees and you're doing a podcast now? You got 2 businesses, right? How do you stay grounded? How do you stay grounded, bro? Right? Let's share it to the next Max Perry that's chasing his dream. Like, because the reason why I say this is because I hit a few times where I almost crashed out a couple times because of the stress.
Happens.
Right?
It happens.
Right? So
everything, all the pressure is on your shoulders.
Yeah, bro.
And I mean, I don't have nearly that many employees, and like I feel like their fate is in my hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a lot to, especially when you care about that. Like if I didn't care, then maybe it wouldn't. But because I do, it's a lot to, and, not that I advocate for this at all, but, I dropped out of high school and not for music, but it kind of happened like that. Like I dropped out and then I started making beats, and I really gambled on myself, and it worked out well, but it easily could have gone real bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's so much more, especially now, there's so much more than talent. Yeah. It is about the talent, but it's about 20% about the talent. And it's 80%, the business and luck and
having
different
that
things.
Thick skin too, bro.
Playing your cards right, you know what I mean? And keeping good relations, keeping your word and your integrity in high standings.
Yeah.
And it's all about who was able to make it make sense for whatever reason. The reason doesn't even matter. It's irrelevant. It's all about, whether they were able to get the touchdown, you know?
So what's been the hardest pill to swallow in your industry, bro?
The way we get paid or lack thereof.
Yeah, let's talk about that, bro. Because
I mean, it's crazy.
Because me, again, bro, I'm naive to a lot of the way, that's not my industry. I love music though.
Yeah, break it down.
Break that down.
Because we're definitely not in
this
the know.
is what it would be like. You said you have 50 employees, right?
Right.
So they're doing work. Let's just say they do the work and then it comes for payday, right?
Yeah.
Which comes, it could come every 3 months.
Right.
Payday.
Ooh, okay.
Right.
And then you're like, all right, guys, I took your checks and I hid them throughout the city and you got to go on a scavenger hunt to get your check.
What?
I'm like, what? I got to do work to get paid for the work?
What?
Like, why do I got to do work just to get paid?
Yeah.
On top of the work that I did to get paid.
So how are they hiding the money?
I mean, basically, the publishing side is very complicated. So there's two sides to music ownership. There's the composition side or the publishing side, and then the master side or the sound recording side. So the sound recording side is way easier to kind of digest because it all comes through either the record label or the distributor, and everything flows through that. But with publishing, it's like an octopus. So there's performance royalties, there's mechanical royalties, both domestic and international. There's YouTube royalties. There's non-interactive streaming royalties. Neighboring rights.
That makes sense.
So it's like you gotta.
So it's up to you, the artist, to go find it. They're not gonna be like, "Oh, we owe him this money." You gotta go after, or you
gotta go after it. And a lot of times, you need a publisher or a publishing administrator to even collect some of these because they're not just. They're not really set up for personal entities to go and be able to collect them.
Yeah, bro, that's
so it's
crazy.
like a person, like a regular person, can't even collect some of these royalties, and it's like really messed up. Like, really, there shouldn't ever be a need for a company like mine. You should just be able to put out music, and it comes from one place.
Right.
Like even the fact that there's the master side and the publishing side, and they're completely two different bags, I think is ridiculous.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So if you were like, if there's a young artist out there right now, and you run to them in an elevator, you have a 1 minute, speech to tell them how to protect themselves from which is a huge subject. So what will be the 1 minute topic? Like, hey, you gotta do this, and this.
Tell them on that camera, bro.
Well, luckily, the law in this country states that as soon as you make a song tangible, meaning you either write it down on sheet music or you record it. Luckily, the way we do it now with software and, pretty much most music is created on a computer. The timestamp on the session file is proof of inception. Okay. But if you want to take that a step further to something that's a little more ironclad, you can always register your sound recordings with the Library of Congress and like really get a real copyright. Something that like has a document.
Does that cost money to do, or is it?
Yeah, I think it's like $50 or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know the exact amount, but it's
not crazy.
No, it's not crazy. Yeah. And that's definitely the way to protect yourself. But you also have to, make sure you're collecting all the money that's owed to you because it disappears and becomes black box and gets redistributed amongst market share owners, and it's really tough. So, the way that everything is set up, we're kind of on it's like tipping an hourglass over. And like we have so much time, like it's like cooking. It's between 2 and 3 years that we have before, our money either goes into an escrow account or gets reappropriated by, the titans of the industry.
And once it gets reappropriated, it's really hard to get, I'm assuming.
Oh, no, it's gone.
It's completely.
It's gone.
You don't have it no more.
It's gone.
So do you have a team of other people
I do,
that are trying to work with you on to expedite this process?
Yeah, so
you started a company, right?
Yeah. So in 2018, I started a publishing administration company called Intellectual Property Collections, or IPC.
Nice.
And, we specialize in catalog management and really making sure that our clients' publishing revenue is maximized as possible.
Man, you guys heard it here. Talk to Max Perry, baby.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man, for reals. That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, we're on a mission. Like, the way that things are right now, our work has been devalued.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
so
by 1,000 times.
Just curious, do you think that's because the amount of people that are injecting themselves into the music industry right now? Do you think it's like getting watered down or diluted or just too many of them?
I mean,
because to me, it just seems like, again, bro, like before, and I'm going back to the 80s and 90s where I really listened to the music. Now it just seems like there's a new artist all the time.
There is. No,
right?
Things definitely got democratized. So, anyone could set up a studio in their garage and then or in their bedroom and record a hit song.
Yeah.
So it's cool on those kind of levels. It made it approachable for a lot of people that maybe couldn't afford $150 an hour studio to get top quality stuff. You know what I mean? So, but it's just companies that have set up and lobbied for certain legislation that's advantageous to their bottom line. And you got, no offense, but you got the Spotifys and all these companies paying us a fraction of a cent.
Damn.
And so first of all,
ouch.
How is that?
Yeah.
How is that number even allowed to exist? 1,000th of a cent?
And
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
You guys are the artists, though, bro.
So you get that every time something gets played? That's how much?
Yeah. So it's like, for Spotify, it's like 3,000 or 4,000th of a cent.
So how many times does your stuff need to play before you make $1?
10 million?
Basically, on the master side, 1 million streams is about $3-4 grand.
Okay.
And then on the publishing side, it'll be roughly $750 to $1,000.
Wow, bro.
That's crazy because
but that's at 100%.
That's
so let's just say,
crazy, dude.
Let's just say we did a song together where you're singing or rapping and I produced it, and we're splitting it 50-50.
Yeah.
That publishing side, that's I said 750 or 1,000. We have to split that according to the song, and then the master. We may have split the master. Maybe you're just paying me a royalty on the master. Maybe you paid me something for the beat, but now you got to recoup what you paid me before I start getting the royalty.
Wow. That's tough. Dude.
So it's crazy. And like I said, even when the money does come, you got to go through 1 million different hurdles just to get it. So it really pays to have a company like ours, a good experienced publishing administration company, to go and go after those assets and really know the pitfalls and the things to look out for that could hurt the client's earnings.
So what drove you to open this company? Was there a thing that you're like, okay, I'm seeing there's an issue here?
That's what it was.
A lot of artists, a lot of other producers see the same issue, but what got you to the hump to be like, I'm gonna do something about it?
In other words, what made you burn the ships?
Yeah,
you know what burn the ships means?
I could imagine.
Right, you remember the conquistadors, right? When they wanted to go dominate land or take over countries, right? Their rule of thumb was when we get there, we all get off the ships and we're gonna burn them, right? Because either one thing's gonna happen: either we go in there, we kill them all, we take this, or we die.
Yeah.
Right. So like I always tell people, my philosophy is burn the ships.
Yeah.
Right? There's no plan B. It's only plan A.
Yeah.
It's got to work. So you burnt the ships. You said, hold on, bro. This ain't working no more. What do I got to do?
I mean, really, I just saw like a crazy systemic problem that everyone was dealing with, from emerging artists to like big dogs. You know what I mean? Like every artist that you can think of has unregistered songs, or songs that have been misregistered, or songs that have incomplete info. And all this stuff affects these companies like ASCAP and BMI and MLC to be able to identify and track data and allocate them to your registrations.
Yeah.
So if if you register a song and you leave off tons of info, how is any company going to be able to identify and attach that activity to pay you?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just saw a problem. I saw tons of people not getting paid. And I mean, I was trying to get paid. Like I had songs that had millions of plays, and I was trying to figure out like why I wasn't getting checks. And come to find out, like, oh, song registration, all the different types of royalties, and like really learning like the money flow of the publishing business. And I was looking for a company like mine to do that for me.
And there was nothing
And for whatever reason, whether I wasn't on their radar or I just wasn't talking to the right people, or for whatever the case may be, I created the solution that I needed.
Wow.
And
that's how it starts though, bro.
yeah, and then like it got to a point where I was getting all the royalties that's due to me as a producer, and then the next step was like helping everyone else.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Man,
oh, okay, I can turn this into a business, and I can
awesome,
help
bro.
people at the same time. Like it's
No-brainer.
It's a
win-win?
no-brainer.
Yeah.
It helps like a lot of people, unfortunately, in the music business. I don't know if it's just in the Bay or everywhere.
Each one teach one, bro.
Well, I was gonna say most people, unfortunately, are takers. And like, we operate in a space with musicians where they feel like they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like their ego is through the roof. It's all about them.
Right.
So at the end of the day, like, it's a taking. You're taking.
Yeah.
My whole game is to help.
Yeah.
And to provide service.
Yeah.
And to give to the ecosystem, because people don't realize like we're a part of an ecosystem.
100%.
Your industry.
And like,
Hell yeah.
if you're giving to the ecosystem is going to be in a healthier state to feed you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
that's the name of the game, dog.
if like artists, one thing I could say, start paying your producers. People cry all the time, oh, I pay for it. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to pay for things. If you're signed to your own label and you're putting out your own records without backing, it's your job to pay for everything. And then you recoup your costs from the proceeds of the masters. Now, whether you're effective in doing that, that's your own problem. That's not the producer's problem or anyone else's. Like if you own a deli and the milk guy is dropping off the milk, you think he cares if you're able to sell the milk?
No.
That's not his problem. He's dropping off the milk. His job is done.
Done. He did what he was supposed to do.
If you pay your producers are going to be in a better space in life in order to create more music for you. You pay your producers, you pay your video guys, you pay your graphic guys, you pay your engineers on every level. And then now all the community has a little bit more money to go off and live and do more things.
Yeah,
and
more
that
creative.
comes back because everyone is juiced, everyone is financially a little more secure. And that enables them to be able to operate further, which is advantageous to the artist. And it's a cyclical thing. So, that's why it's my job to give to the community and inject. And in this case, my way of helping is collecting their royalties, which is money. So it's my job to inject money into the community in order for the community to thrive at a better level.
So
Dude, that's so awesome.
I got to ask you a personal question, bro. So you've been in this, and everything you're talking about, the money, chasing the money, getting paid. What's the worst story you've seen with an artist or a producer that hasn't got paid? Have you what's the worst thing that's happened to them, man? I'm sure you've been around it. You've seen it.
Yeah. I mean, I see people on both sides, on the artist side and on the producer side, unfortunately, register songs 100% for them. Now, unless you get a signed work for hire agreement, there is no song unless you actually did produce it, created all the music, and you're the only artist on. There's no songs that are 100% for any one person. That does not exist. Like, we're living in a time where there's 10 producers on a song and 3 artists and 2 writers.
Wow.
There's no such thing as 100% figuratively. Like I said, there's scenarios where the artist is solo and he produced and wrote the whole thing on the music side. But we run into conflicts all day, like with YouTube and MLC, and they're like, oh yeah, we're claiming 100%. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not even possible. Like, and a lot of people, they don't even vet the information. They just go off what a client says, and the client don't even know because he don't know the business. And it's like the blind leading the blind. And it's like, who's going to come in like they have any sense about anything and be like the governing body to decide like the way it should be? Because it's very simple. You know what I mean? With song registration, it's 100%. It's like a pie. Half goes to the people who wrote the music, half goes to the people who wrote the lyrics and the melodies. So if we did a song and I produce it and you're the artist, I get 50, you get 50. And it's not like something, oh, I'm going to give you your publishing. No, I'm not granted. It's inherent when you write something that comes with rights. That's why it's a copyright. It's not a copy like I'm writing a book. It's a copy like the Bill of Rights. It's your rights to your work. And you can't give me my publishing. That publishing is mine, just like your publishing is yours. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's not something that you can be granted. And obviously there's certain things, like certain political things, where sometimes, you gotta include certain people in order to cross certain thresholds. That's just the reality. Sometimes you gotta
politics.
Sometimes you gotta give up some to get some. And that's the same thing in life. So you gotta give to get. And some of these albums are very high level and very closed off, and not everyone gets a chance to work with big artists, and the politics are a big factor in that. So sometimes you have to align yourself with the proper people.
Which it sounds like the politics in that industry are
it's just like anything else. It's like, I might meet you on the street and I'm like, oh, what's up? I'm Max. I'm hella cool. I'm blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, I don't know about this guy. But then you might talk to him and he'd be like, oh, that Max is my boy. You're going to see me in a completely different light. And that's just the reality of anything. Like, references
that's such a good way of putting it,
are a huge thing. Just like in life, your apartment, a job, they all need references in order to know, okay, this guy's okay.
Well, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
And a lot of people, unfortunately, are very unprofessional. They really don't take this or maybe themselves seriously. And so the real ones are very far and few between.
I bet, bro. I bet. I think that's in every industry, man. Because
people in general.
Just in general, a straight board. I mean, I met a guy that's worth 10 million, and I met a guy that's worth 100 million, right? And it was just crazy to me, bro. Just how the schematics of everything, the numbers, but this guy, 10 million, was a scumbag, bro. But this guy who was worth 100 million was the nicest, most giving, thoughtful person in the world, bro, right? And you would have thought the complete opposite, but you never know, right? So, quick question, bro. Like I told you, we like to mix it up. You've been doing this for a while, right? When was it for you the first time you were like, damn, I got something here, bro? Like when was the time that you realized, like, man, I got some talent here. I got people
As far as
calling
like
me,
making music,
just making music. Like,
I mean,
when was it for you that it just kind of like, oh shit?
So I always felt that I had a good ear, and like I felt like I was able to identify like really dope records and really dope beats.
Yeah.
And when I started making beats, you know, I liked it. I played it for other people. They liked it.
Yeah.
They played it for other people. They liked it. So I'm like, okay, you know, maybe I'm doing something here.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know, you really got to just trust your instinct.
Yeah.
And, you know, just put your all into it. And obviously, like, you know.
But when did you see it, like, start to, like, kind of blossom, bro? Like, damn, this is getting real, bro. Because, I mean, I believe and I see and I hear and I just being around you, like, man, you're on a different level, right? There's different levels to all
I
of
don't
it.
even know if I feel like that now.
No?
Because it's all, because, you know, real is a very subjective thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know, the tangible definition of success in the music business is your bills are paid. Like, let's just say, just for argument's sake, let's just say it takes $3,000 to fund your whole entire life for 1 month. Like rent, car payment, electricity, cell phone. If you have $3,001 at the end of the month and all your bills are paid and you have $1, you're a success. That's more than 90% of the people that ever do music will get to. Just that. I just saw something like just a fact about money. Like if you have $100,000, you have more than 90% of the people on earth.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just like that with the music business.
If you have $100,000 in Cali, you're considered broke.
I know. That's like low income.
That's low income. It's in Palo Alto. Low income. What about
crazy.
What about for IPC? Is there like a story you can share where you're like got this artist tons of money, more than maybe you even thought, and you're like, okay, I'm doing the right thing here.
Yeah, definitely like giving artists like, you know, their first publishing check or their biggest publishing check or just like their biggest check.
What's like the biggest number you've been able to get back that you can share?
I kind of don't like
all right, fair enough.
You know what I mean? But just because I don't want to disclose people's personal stuff. But I mean, we definitely do good by our artists. Right. We've had substantial growth every single year.
That's great.
We're hitting new plateaus every year.
Good stuff.
And you know, now we're really just concentrating on scaling and making this from, you know, a speedboat to a cruise liner, where we can you know, handle thousands of artists and provide the best, most transparent, most artist friendly service possible.
And you do this only for music, right? Or is there like an opportunity to expand? Or
so right now, yes, because you know, the thing. Excuse me.
It's all right.
The thing that gives us the ability to collect royalties on music is the U.S. copyright law.
Okay.
So really, we're just operating based on the legislation that's in place right now. So, you know, there may be different avenues to collect royalties for different kinds of media.
Right.
But it's not, the landscape isn't quite the same as music where there's just stuff all over the place. Like, you know, for you guys, there would be like YouTube, TikTok, you know, Meta, all that stuff.
That's more direct.
It's more direct, yeah. But, you know, we're always trying to, you know, live on the forefront and really look for emerging markets and new ways to, like you said, expand.
Are people starting to respond? Are the artists responding to what you're doing?
That was actually a really validating moment where, like,
good.
It's one thing if, you know, I tell someone, oh, my company, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But it's another thing when, like, it's ringing out in the streets. You know what I mean?
awesome,
Like,
bro.
Yeah, because you give people money that they didn't have access to, then
Well,
yeah.
just to help to get the money,
Yeah,
bro.
and it's a lot of work. And like,
that's what I'm saying.
You know, the reality is everyone could do this themselves, but it's a lot of work. You know, it's very complicated to just do the work.
Yes.
You have to go through so many affiliations, and you also have to know what to look out for, all the different pitfalls and problematic situations surrounding publishing, and how to fix those. Like, even fixing the problems isn't so clear cut.
And are things changing constantly, or they are kind of the same, or is it?
Yeah, no, there's definitely things. Yeah, like different entities that are generating royalties based on licenses.
Yeah.
You know, more efficient ways of ingesting the data to identify activity. So there's, you know, new territories always emerge. So, you know, there's definitely new things.
Do you think the household that you grew up in, you know, and just being around music so much has you thinking about this differently? Like, you maybe understand it at a different level? You think that?
Yeah, because of what they went through too.
Because
right?
I mean, you know, whether it was on purpose or just through living, you know, because, you know, you always pick up habits that you don't know you're picking up.
Yeah, well, luckily my parents both gave me like a real strong musical education. Like, they would bring me to shows. Like, I'd be running around backstage at shows in diapers.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, and like,
oh man, so you
falling
were
asleep across folding chairs, like 3 folding chairs, while Santana's playing, and like,
shit.
yeah, like, so they
So
were
you literally grew up around music.
Yeah. My parents were very avid concert goers, and you know how it is when you got a kid and you don't got a babysitter. You're coming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to go home. And like, literally, I don't know how many times I passed out across folding chairs. And but I had the benefit of my dad really being up on the business side also. Like, business in general, just in life, and then like copyright, publishing. Like, he gave me a lot of my early education as far as that's concerned. Yeah.
Good stuff.
How were things? So, paint me a picture. How was it at home? Like, obviously, you guys went a lot to concert, but was music also at home constantly, or was it? Because like my wife, she comes also from a family that likes music, not you know, professionally, but just, and like every weekend they had a full band in their living room. Right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like
That's
like,
tight.
Yeah, she was, you know, her dad or her stepdad to this day, every Saturday he's playing the bongos. He likes to go to
that's
San
super
Francisco,
cool.
and he's one of those hippies just playing.
That's dope.
So did you guys
honestly,
have stuff
not
like
quite
that,
to
or?
that extent.
All right.
Like, my dad was always in bands, and like he had drums at the crib, and you know, he'd play sometimes, but mainly it was kind of like in studios and stuff like that. So I never got quite that extent of it, which is really cool. But you know, my mom like playing music constantly, my dad playing music constantly, and then going to concerts, and then occasionally going to the studio with my dad, and which I hated at the time because it was boring for me. You know, if you're not in the mix of what's going on in the studio, it can be boring.
Straight up, dude.
But you know, I look back at it and it was like, you know, definitely meaningful. And but just it's, you know, constant music, and then like I said, my dad gave me a nice business.
Was it a concert that you saw as a kid that you probably maybe didn't appreciate it, and you wish you could see that now as an adult?
Man, like definitely like a lot of Grateful Dead shows, Jefferson Airplane. Like one of the first concerts I can remember vividly was Billy Idol.
Damn.
Really, bro?
Santana, Aerosmith.
Your parents like did a good job.
Bless you, bro.
And then like
a variety.
My dad was also like really into hip hop. Like he loved LL Cool J, loved the BC Boys, loved Scarface and the Ghetto Boys.
Really?
Yeah. So like he was into some stuff even probably before I knew to be into it.
What was his take on Wu-Tang Clan?
I don't know if he necessarily.
Because I remember when they first came out,
in.
a lot of the older cats were like, "What the hell is this, dog?"
It was different.
It was different.
It was super different.
Super different.
Yeah, I mean, Wu-Tang is so legendary. Like one of my favorite groups ever. Like just acts. Like whether it's a solo artist or a group. Like I mean, Wu-Tang is like one of the greatest ever.
Was there ever a point in your career where you said, because this has happened to me a few times, so I'm just asking you because I'm curious. Was there ever a point in your career where you were like, man, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm done with this shit.
I mean, every day.
I'm gonna go get a regular job and
that
not work.
I can't do.
But you know what I'm saying.
That
You hear me knocking.
Yeah.
But I'm just.
I mean, dude, this game will crush your soul into 10 million pieces. Take a piss on it and then stomp on it some more.
Free, bro.
And like you gotta really, you can't let that affect you.
No. So
But I mean, yeah, like the pressure gets on every day, and like, sometimes I feel like quitting, but I can't do that.
Yeah,
I'm a lifer.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
You say LL Cool J. What do you think about that song with Monogram with LL Cool J and Eminem?
I haven't heard it. A new one?
Yeah.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know.
I haven't heard it yet.
I don't know if I have a good taste or not, but that's the type of.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, Monogram.
I mean,
have you listened to it?
No.
Yeah, it's a great.
tight.
Yeah.
So I like to ask this question a lot towards the end, but I'm curious because I think I know the answers to this one. If you won $100 million right now, what are the first 3 things you do with your money?
Well, spending it on dumb shit is definitely not one of them.
Okay.
The first thing.
But hold on, before you answer, it cannot be on music stuff. I'm gonna make it harder on you.
It can't be on music stuff.
Yeah.
Like.
So why will you spend it that is not music?
Can it be like real estate that has to do with some sort of? Okay, so, I'm, gearing up to buy my first home, which is very hard in the Bay Area. The first thing that I would probably do is get the house, secure that, and probably some land outside of the city.
Here in Brentwood?
Brentwood is a great place.
I mean, yeah, like it all depends on like the actual thing, but something here, it would be nice, an apartment in New York, an apartment in LA, just to be able to kind of bounce around and operate. Right. But I would definitely get, buy, a building for IPC that's, we have a great office right now, but something like
you can own.
Yeah, something that I could own. The next thing would be like a consumption lounge / pizza shop / event space.
Oh, right on.
And then the other thing would be a studio / school, and then inject as many funds into those businesses for them to thrive, and then probably just real estate.
Oh yeah,
maybe some stocks.
You can never go wrong with that,
baby. This is a plan you have in your head. This is not.
Oh, this is what I'm doing.
You already.
Yeah,
this is what
you're working at it.
Yeah,
you're working at it.
Yeah.
The $100 million will just expedite everything, baby.
Yes. Yeah.
Got you, bro. Was there ever a time like a moment whether if you're working with someone or you're making music that just like, damn, this is a banger right here.
Yeah.
That gave you goosebumps?
Definitely.
And if it was, if you don't mind sharing, what was it? Like one that just like, ooh, bro, I feel it. I fucking feel it.
Definitely like when we did All in the Day. So All in the Day for Berner, YG, Young Thug, and Vital. It started out as a Vital record. And it was just me and him at the studio. I had just made the beat. It was actually something that I made like relatively quickly. And then he came and we were, I was like really into the beat. So I played it for him and I was kind of like telling him like what the hook needed to kind of sound like. And he got to it. And then we got the record to burn and he went crazy for it and then got all those different artists on it and became, what it is to this day. And it's got, millions and millions of plays.
That's dope. That's awesome.
But yeah, working with Vital in general was always like, very special. Like definitely goosebumps. Also working with like Boog and working with my brother Fiji was all, and also our late brother Peter Morgan. Definitely very special artists that were just like, you were just in awe of their talent. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
So another question, because this is just me. Like I've been like, I like to talk to a lot of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And there's some guys, bro, you know, whether if they make 5 million a year or they make 100 million a year, there's just some guys that have an energy about them, bro. Like where you're just around them and it's fucking infectious, bro. Like I just feel like I'm a tether to them, right? Have you ever been around someone that's like, God damn, this dude is like, I really don't know him, but just the vibe with this cat was just special, bro. Have you ever had that connection with someone?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Berner is very much like that. You know what I mean? He's done so many like crazy things when it comes to, you know, the clothes and the cannabis and, you know, the music. And like we've done songs together with so many different people. And you know, some of the shows he's done and like the crowds he's sold out with Bill Graham and the Warfield. And it's just like so cool to, you know, I enjoy seeing other people win. Like I get motivated and influenced and I like what it means for them. Right. Like I love to see my friends win. Like I'm not in competition with anyone. Like
except yourself.
Yeah, if anyone thinks they're my competition, you're fooling yourself because I'm not even thinking about you. I'm thinking about myself. I'm trying to beat myself every time, man. Like I'm super hard on myself. So, you know, that's the only thing. I just have to please myself. And I feel like usually others are also pleased, you know, at the same time. And sometimes they're not, but mostly they are. And, you know, it was lucky to work out like that.
Right so I'm curious, what is your process to like create a beat? Like, cause that's, you know, you can't just turn it on.
Do I gotta smoke some herbs? Like I gotta pop some shrooms?
I'm definitely a avid medical user. But you know, oddly enough, like if I'm like smoking and I get like really into what I'm doing, I end up putting it down just because I'm so kind of busy doing everything that unless I had like a third hand that can just smoke, I kind of need my hands. So
hey, AI's around the corner with that, bro. Shit, you never know.
A little hand smoker. That's also what's going to happen with the 100 million.
You know, like the Tesla charger that moves like that, but they can just hold your joint. Follow you around.
But like other than that, like really, like I like to start off with melodies and, you know, maybe I'm working with a sample. And then once I got kind of like the music in a certain lane, then I start going in with the drums. But it's really about, you know, the musical progression first and having a rhythm section and drums that can accompany that.
Do you go with like a end in mind, or do you sometimes just produce what you're gonna produce and use it as you need it, or how does that?
Both. Okay. You know, sometimes there's situations where someone's like, "I need this. I want you to do this," and I'm like, "All right, we can do that." And then other times it's kind of just like free form painting.
Okay.
Like once it, like, you know, I'm not, you know, I would consider my stuff more on like the side of timeless music. Because when I'm creating, I'm not really thinking about the little trend that's going on, like the little type of beat that someone is doing right now. Like I'm in my own head. It's the same thing. Like I'm my own competition. Like I'm thinking about what's going on with me. I'm thinking about what's going on with the artist. I'm thinking about what I have to do to complement the situation. So, you know, it comes from, you know, a real free form place. And the more you create, the more beats you make, the more refined your skills get. And the more that happens is, you know, you can shoot from the hip more.
Right.
And just really trust your instincts. Like even with mixing, like I'm done overthinking stuff. Like I'm shooting from the hip. I'm trusting that I know what I'm doing after 25 years.
Yeah.
And I also know that the track record proves that. And, you know, some things are going to be better than others, but they all have their unique feel. And, you know, you just got to embrace that.
What do you do to make sure that you either recharge or just stay fresh with your creativity? Because this, like, you're a creative person, right?
Yeah.
You're creating something every
Yeah,
time.
the battery sometimes gets drained a little bit. I mean, going to Hawaii is a good start.
How's it living over there, by the way?
Oh, it's one of my favorite places on earth.
Yeah.
Hands down. I mean, Hawaii is like a special gem just in the world. And it's like instant recharge, instant just energy, replenishing.
You get the plug back in real quick. Man.
I love it out there. I have tons of really good friends out there.
Right on. So, just real quick, can you explain for dummies what royalties means in the music industry? Right? Try to make it as simple and as compact as you can.
You're talking to a 2-year-old.
To a 2-year, 5-year-old kid and his family who don't have a freaking lick knowledge about music.
So basically, when we stream music on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, they're only allowed to put our songs on their platform because they have to pay for blanket licenses. Okay. So those licenses that they have to pay for generate the royalty. That's where the royalties come from. They're license payments. And so it's the back end money that comes to musicians when our music is played.
Okay.
Yep.
Pretty simple.
Yep. Yep.
How many artists do you have to explain that to?
A million.
A million,
Yeah,
because they don't know.
I mean, I have over 150 clients that I do publishing for. And I mean, I have, you know, an insane amount of friends that I'm like, you know, my friends call me like the Jesse Jackson of publishing. Like I'm there on the front lines, like fighting for everyone, educating everyone.
That's awesome though, bro, because you're helping them, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, bro, like how many artists have you dealt with that are leaving money on the table and they don't even know they're leaving money?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Even some of the biggest artists in the game, like, you know, publishers, you're not doing a good job. Sorry.
Thank you.
Publishing administrators, publishers, you're not doing a good job. Your clients are being left by the wayside, and, you know, going after the big dogs isn't enough because people are suffering.
And if you're an artist listening out there, reach out to IPC.
Yeah.
Like,
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Max Perry in the building. I got a question for you. Hold on, I got to read this one because I remember listening to on the podcast. You said to be successful, you have to love the parts most people hate.
For sure.
Can you elaborate on that? Because bro, that's something. When you said that, dude, let me tell you, it's hard for me to explain that to people sometimes because I can't get it from here to come out here the right way. But I know when you said that, I'm like, fucking bingo, bro, because that is 100% true, dog. Can you elaborate on that?
I mean, the difference between it being a hobby and it being your profession is something called work. And if you don't do the work, you're not going to get paid. Do you think the work is fun? The work is not fun. This shit sucks. But you gotta do the things. Like, you think it's fun, register. Like we represent over 25,000 songs. Do you think it was fun registering 25,000 songs?
Hell no.
It was like, you know, watching paint dry.
Yeah.
Right.
And but that's how my clients are getting paid. Yeah. And like even on, you know, a simpler level, like as an artist, like, do you got a website? Do you got your socials? Are they looking good? Is your appearance looking good? Like, Or do you have, a business bank account? Most people don't even have bank accounts.
Man,
I'm like, bro, what?
that,
Like, how do you exist?
Right.
Like, how do you? This is crazy. Like, you know why most musicians fail? Because they're unstable human beings first. If, like, however you got to stabilize yourself. Unfortunately, this business is an expensive one. You got to pay to play, and especially for an artist. Like, an artist has to look the part.
Right.
So if that means like clothes, jewelry,
all of it,
whip,
all of it,
chain, like everything.
Before you have the money to actually buy it.
They start renting everything.
Yeah.
And, beats, studio time, graphics, video people.
All of it, dude.
Going on tour costs money. And I mean, if you don't have your rent paid, how are you supposed to do all that stuff?
Right.
So now you're trying to operate with this crazy pressure on your shoulders because your home life is completely on thin ice.
Right.
So it's like you got to be a financially stable person, a mentally and emotionally and spiritually balanced person. And
there's not a lot of that though, right, bro?
I mean, some are balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, so, I feel like I'm fairly balanced.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
some, but I mean, I think the percentage is very low.
Yeah, I mean,
you deal with a lot, right? So because you have a lot of artists under your deal. So like, how can you tell, or how like, okay, this is gonna be a coachable person that they got that thing? Because some people, to your point, some people just don't got it.
Some people are good for nothing. I hate to say. I mean, say they're like completely helpless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can be like, the money, and they'll be like, well, how do I take it from your hand?
Yeah.
Like, bro, if you don't figure it out,
Boy.
I'm about to go over here with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's correct. Like, come on, bro. There's a lot, man. I dropped out of high school. It's not that hard.
It's not
that hard to
I'm
just have
throwing
common
you the
sense.
life vest. You gotta swim to it a little bit.
Bro.
Don't swim away from it.
If I even see anyone winning in my vicinity, I'm analyzing that and figuring out how to put it into my repertoire.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm a sponge. Like,
Sponge.
you don't have to teach me. I'm learning just from watching.
Listening, all that shit, dude.
Like, man, it's part of being a hustler.
So, all right. So we talked about how rough it is sometimes, big dog, right? But what are some of the good stories, or the great stories on the other end that people don't know about the music industry?
I mean, really, I'm living the story every day. I'm able to wake up every day. Like, my mom told me that, like, growing up, like, it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you wake up every day and you're happy with what you're doing.
Gratitude.
That's it. That's the key.
Gratitude.
And like, I wake up every day and pretty much do what I want.
Right on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not to say like, oh, I'm going to party, but like, I work all day. Like, I get up 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, go to the gym for a couple hours, come back, shower, I'm right out the door. I go to the office all day. I come back 10, 11, sometimes 12 o'clock at night. I sit down, smoke a joint, and I'm out.
Yeah.
And then I wake up and do it again.
Yeah.
But that's what you love doing. So you're
Yeah.
So if let me ask you this: so if knock on wood, you die tomorrow, how do you want the people around you, and then more specifically your family, your son, to remember you?
As a legend, because humbly speaking or not humbly speaking, I feel like I've earned that title, and I'm gonna continue to earn the title. And, continue to solidify what I've been doing until I die. And, there's not many like me. There's not many, like I said, there's a lot of takers out here, unfortunately. And I've seen very few people create structures that are literally predicated on everyone else winning.
Right.
And, just that I was a good person and had a good heart, and led with honor and integrity and ethics at every step of the way, and never robbed anyone, never took advantage of anyone, and spread opportunity with people that may or may not have deserved it and may or may not have done the same in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
And that I played the game right. And whether that be on a life level or a music level, I want to come out with my honor intact.
Amen. Amen.
That's the most important thing to me.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. I ain't got no more, but cheers,
Yes,
brother.
Definitely big cheers to that.
So,
I mean,
this is one thing we like to do with this show, bro. All right? You're going to look into this camera and you're going to talk to yourself 10 years from now about the things you should have accomplished by this time, your goals, your family, your kid, everything that is important to you. You're literally talking to Max Perry 10 years from now, because in 10 years, we're going to be back with us at a studio somewhere, right? In front of millions and millions and millions.
Multi-thousand
guess
square
who we
foot
got
warehouse.
back in the building, dog?
That's right.
And we're going to play that one back. So you're talking to yourself, man. Let's go.
What's up, bro? You got this. Don't even worry. Everything is set up for you. You're on path to doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Just have faith and keep your poise. And just keep doing what you're doing and turn up.
Turn up.
Well said.
Yep.
Hell yeah, bro.
It's time.
I got a trick question for you. If you could be any animal in this world, what would you be and why?
Oh, I'm a mix between a lion and a gorilla.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Why?
Just, I don't know. It just embodies certain type A personality. Just, I don't know. Just my animalistic side is very, very in tune with those two animals. Yeah.
All right. And if you could have any power in this world, right, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's tough. Sheesh.
Uh-huh.
When I was a kid, I was always into, X-Men and all that stuff.
Hell
and
yeah.
I was always into morph, where you can turn into.
Yeah.
Really, I was trying to figure out a cheat code to get all the powers.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Flying is always a cool one.
Well, almost like Mystique, right? You're talking about?
Yeah,
Mystique?
she more.
Yeah,
also.
she was the one that was able to morph into anyone.
And then I don't know, telekinesis is always a good one, or telepathy is a good one.
Which one?
God,
Which one would you take, bro?
it's so hard. Probably Superman type powers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, bro. Respect.
That's a good one. That's a hard one, man.
It is a hard one.
It makes you think, though,
Yeah,
bro,
'cause
right?
you're
It makes
thinking
you like,
outside the
oh,
box.
shit,
You don't want
right?
to leave anything behind. Like, well, if I do this, I won't be able to do this.
Yeah.
So
Hell
we had one person say they would be like they do telepathic, right? Like I want to be here and here, like that.
Oh, teleporting.
Teleporting.
Oh, teleporting.
Right?
Teleporting
Like that's
is a good one.
I can be in
that's a
LA
good-
one minute and I can be in New York the next
That's a
minute.
good one.
That's a good one,
Or
right?
down the block.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the store. Boop. Come back
Done.
to the store.
Get my 40 ounce. I'll be back real quick.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Or able to materialize anything.
Yeah, dude. That's another one, bro.
Or to bring back someone from the dead is a good one too.
Oh, chilling with Bob Marley, bro.
That would be sick.
That would be crazy,
sick.
dog.
Yeah.
Unless it turns like those 80s movie where then they start, remember you get the dog, you revive the dog, and then the dog turns into a zombie fucking thing. The whole town.
Pet cemetery.
Then maybe not.
Crazy shit, dog. Yo, you all right?
You all right there, dude? Hey, so how has the hustle changed for you since you had your kid? Because you have an 11-year-old, right?
We want to talk about that a little
Boy,
bit.
I was terrified. Terrified.
How old are you, bro?
I'm 41. I just turned 41.
Dang, you're
84,
younger, bro.
Yeah.
What month? Me too.
June.
July.
Oh,
Nice.
June
20
what?
June 23rd.
June 13 in the house right here,
Nice,
baby.
hell
Let's
yeah.
go, baby.
My mom's the 10th. My best friend is the 10th.
Yeah.
My uncle's the 18th.
Right on.
My other homie's the 21st. My other homie's the 22nd.
Bro, we got issues, huh, dog? I got issues, Doug.
I mean, it depends on who you ask. I don't see an issue. Someone else might see an issue. I'm good to go.
Talk to my wife. She's like, this motherfucker got issues,
crazy.
dog. He's crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
well, we're special.
Right on, bro. So yeah, talk to us about your boy, man. Like, how did that whole vibe change, bro?
Well, I wasn't as far along in my career as I am now. So, I was broke as hell.
Yeah.
And didn't know where the next dollar was coming from. So, I'm someone who my responsibility weighs super heavy on my shoulders. So it's like my woman's there, the kid's there, I got to take care of them. You know what I mean?
Being a man, bro.
Yeah, it's being a man. That pressure is very heavy.
So you feel like that helped you expedite your things?
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. It lit a big fire under my ass. Cause, you just got to get to a certain point where man, I'm not doing these free beats and this and that. I got a kid. You got to set some sort of standard, for yourself. Who do you want to put the price tag on yourself? You want to put your own price tag on, or you want someone else to put the price tag on you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're not going to tell me how much I charge. I'm expensive.
Yeah,
I'm expensive.
Straight
I
up.
worked 25 years to refine my expensiveness. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
1,000%.
And also when you get it, so it's one thing to be oh yeah, beats are $100,000. But if I don't ever get $100,000, then it's wishful thinking. You know what I mean? Yeah. But once you start getting and moving up, going from I sold my first beat sale was when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
And I sold 5 beats to my boy for $1,000.
How did that feel?
Felt great. But my boy hooked me up with him and I gave him 20%. I was keeping business right back then even.
Yeah.
And had that business sense, and I had a lawyer when I was 17. And was doing contracts.
Was that through your family or how?
Yeah, it was my dad's lawyer.
Oh, okay.
So I'm Dad.
So your dad blessed you, dude.
He did.
Yeah, bro.
And I was able to, start experiencing contracts, and even though what I was doing at the time was a complete waste of time, it never happened, never materialized. But it was cool to go through.
You learn.
Contract negotiations were looking like at that age, even when I was starting to do copyrights, I have a copyright certificate that my mom had to sign because I was 17 and I couldn't even legally sign it.
That's badass.
Oh shit! But that's a huge step forward than most people, bro. You know what I mean? So
but I also embraced it.
No, 1,000%.
Some people,
you took advantage of it, bro.
You got
some people don't.
Yeah,
they have that privilege and they don't. I don't care.
Do you feel like that's a blind spot that a lot of artists have, where they don't educate themselves on this part of the business ahead of time?
I mean, really, even if I didn't have that leg up, it's different back then. We didn't have the resources that we do today. Right. So
right.
Now, you can pretty much do anything on YouTube. I was trying to find a fuse in my car. I'm not a car guy. You know what I mean?
University, baby.
YouTube University is amazing.
Yeah.
There's no stupid questions.
No.
And now it got to another level with ChatGPT and AI, where hey, I need a cover letter for this. I need a contract for that. And
so my kid, so he has to do math homework every day, right? So yesterday I'm doing the dishes, and I was like, he needs to, and so I'm doing the dishes, and I was like, all right, here, let me put ChatGPT, give me 20 minutes of questions, 5th and 6th grade, with these parameters, and the thing is just asking him questions. He answers. If he answers wrong, he doesn't give him the answer. It tells him the ways to think about it. Then he answers again, and I'm listening because I want to make sure. Yeah. But it's dude,
that's crazy.
It was better than anything I could have ever done.
Yeah, we gotta use our tools.
A lot of these cats aren't taking advantage of it, bro.
They're tripping.
You know what I'm saying? That's the part right there, dude.
I mean, bro, no one can show you how to be a winner. You just gotta
So
what do you think about the influence that it's having and is gonna have in the music industry specifically? Because I mean, this thing is making beats. This thing is now writing songs.
You can write paragraphs.
I'm embracing everything. it's funny, like everyone's freaking out over the generative AI stuff for music. They're only tripping because they don't know how to control it and monetize it. It takes the control out of their hands. So they don't like that. So watch when Warner and Sony and the big dogs start creating their own AI that you can make music with. You know what I mean? Because they own it.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, you know, they may say, oh, it's stealing in some sort of way. Bro, we've been sampling since the dawn of time. We've been stealing music forever. What, you're mad now? All of a sudden, like it's a problem?
Yeah.
Bro, we got to embrace our tools. We're never going to get replaced by machines. People need to just give that up.
Well, and you just said it, it's a tool. And the way I look at it is like, so you can have ChatGPT. You can ask it to create a photo of whatever.
Yep.
We're both going to ask it the same thing. I will give it information, feed it a bunch of info. I'm going to take 10 minutes telling it what I want. You're just going to say, make me a photo that looks
You're
like
going to get two
this.
different results.
I'm going to get a better result.
Yeah.
So my way of thinking is if this is a tool and Angel, the guy that doesn't know anything about music, tries to go make a song, and then Max Perry tries to make a song with that tool, obviously your shit is going to be higher.
Because I'm going to know what to prompt it.
Because it's not like the tool's available only to some, right?
Yeah.
It's available to everybody.
And we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and it's our job to...
But you got the ear.
You know, there's a lot of people that got great ears, you know?
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of people that don't either.
Yeah,
they think they do.
But it's all about what you do with it and like how people can develop their ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
how could you do that? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Just by doing.
Just more repetition.
Just by doing, make a million beats.
Yeah.
Make a million songs. Mix a million records. I'm sure you're going to get better.
So what would you recommend? So my kid is 11 and he's really starting to get into music. And I think, so he's my artist, right? So one of my kids, the oldest, is an engineer type of mentality. And then my youngest is the artist.
Nice.
And I think music's going to be something he likes. He doesn't know it yet, but like he just has this thing.
He's into it.
Very picky about music too. Like I'll put something and be like, this is hurting my ears. It's like, the fuck, dude? It's just
yeah.
My point is, what would you recommend? Like, is there something you would say, like, if this was my kid, I will buy him this, or I will get him started with this, like, to kind of get that music thing going?
Man, I would probably just get him a computer.
Okay.
And get him some software.
And just let him kind of mess around.
Let him mess around. Yeah, it's like a video game to them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I can see it.
I haven't been able to do that with my son yet. He's all into sports.
Right.
How old is your boy?
11.
Oh, right on. Bro.
Yeah. Plays basketball, football, baseball.
Yeah. But do you think he has the ear? Or
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. It's yet to be, you know.
Is your wife also into music or?
No, I'm not married.
Oh, you're not married.
Yeah,
okay.
no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's, it's funny. You said on the podcast, bro, you were like, man, times have changed, bro. Like, I remember I got hit by a car when I was, 4 years old? You said you got hit by a car, 6 years old, right?
Yeah, 6.
You were 6, you got hit by a car because you were down the street messing around.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I wouldn't even let my kid, on the other side of the street these days, bro.
Man, it's rough out there, bro. I'm super protective of my kid.
Hell yeah.
And
ain't that a trip?
But dude, do you think it's more rough or it's just that we're exposed and we know more about it? Because statistically, if you look, we live in a safer America than we did in the 80s.
You think?
I mean, if you look just at statistics, I guess.
Well, I think so.
But we know every little thing that happens.
I just feel like when there's real horrors going on, like crazy systemic homelessness, crazy crime, crazy drug use, like bad drugs, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like when there are real problems going on, then little problems don't go on. But when it's safer, then everyone's going to be a little goofier because they don't have the reference of the real horrors to keep them in check. You know what I mean?
That's deep, dude.
It's the same way, there's probably a lot of, gang stuff that goes on from people having nothing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
But if there was crazy shit happening, maybe they would be thinking a little differently.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I like how you put that together, bro.
Yeah, that
was
is deep.
very artistic right there, dog. It's serious shit, though. It's the truth.
It's also often feels like people are operating and literally living in different dimensions.
Yeah.
Or different channels, right? Because like if you are in a bad situation and, doing bad shit, like that's all you're going to see.
Yeah.
That's what you're living, and you don't really understand. And same thing is like us.
Ways of life.
We both come from really rough places. Now we're suburban dads.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like...
Don't say it like that, bro.
No, that's reality. That's the goal, is to elevate yourself away from the bullshit.
Yeah, dude. Straight up. Bro, what have you learned about money?
Man, that your money should be working for itself.
Yeah.
Don't ever have money sitting around. Obviously, keep a nest egg, but make sure your money is working for yourself. Learn about interest, learn about compound interest, learn about stocks, with, big movers versus something like the S&P 500 that's like a steady earner across time. Learn about crypto, learn about real estate.
Yeah.
Live below your means. Always live below your means. Like, bro, you're like, I can go get a Benz if I want to. I'm driving a Prius with a messed up bumper.
Yeah.
Do I care? I could not care less. I am not a car guy. I'm very aware that you could have an accident any moment and your investment just went right off the cliff.
Speak.
And I'm not validated by materialistic items. So like, I'd rather buy a house than have a Benz. You know what I mean? Because cars depreciate as soon as you come off the lot, and houses appreciate. So like, I'm not a dummy. So I'm not gonna like put my money into dumb things like jewelry and clothes and cars and stuff. I'd rather invest in stocks and crypto and, hopefully real estate in the future and, start new businesses. I'm more like on that side of things.
That's crazy. Do you have that outlook? Because I love that outlook. But you're in an industry where it's kind of the opposite, right? Like you want to show flashy, you want to...
This is my self-centered side. I don't give a shit what anyone's doing. To me, they're all doing it wrong. And the only ones that are, you're doing it wrong unless you're not.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it kind of, with the game, I know in the law you're innocent until proven guilty. With this shit, for me, you're guilty until you're proven innocent.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many goofballs in this thing that it's I am like completely on my own.
No,
I'm in my own lane. Like,
you're very grounded, dude. I can tell.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That one thing that Pitbull did say that I love, man. He said, "Cool is a fad."
Yeah.
Right? Like cool fucking comes and goes, bro. Yeah. Right? Like, but
you can have a shirt one day and you love it, and then next year, like, man, I hate that shirt.
Yeah. Right? Nobody gives a damn about that shirt, bro. Like, if you were cool in high school, that's cool. But what are you doing?
Look at pictures of when you were in high school right now, you'll be fucking embarrassed.
But what are you doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Like the moment we're living in right now, how are you surviving? What are you doing? What are the decisions you're making, bro? Who's in your life? Who's in your circle?
Your circle is very important.
And I think about that all the time. The way he said it just makes a lot of sense. Like, what is before we wrap this up, man? Like, what is the one thing that life has taught you, right? Good, bad, ugly, or otherwise, bro?
I mean, I was telling this to my employees today, and it came about because I came to the office. I went to go get coffee and quick bite to eat, and I got the food to go, and I got back to the office, and the girl didn't butter my toast. I'm like, bro, who the fuck wants dry toast? Like, seriously, that time, I'm telling them, like, I hate witnessing things that personal decision reflects that your brain does not even work. Because who And it's not like she gave me butter. You know what I mean? So I can like butter. Maybe she wanted to let me butter my own toast. Right. No, she gave me dry toast. I'm like, dude, do you have a hole in your head? Like what? Like what's wrong? with you?
No. But those are those people that I'm telling you. They live in another channel.
They're going
like
no.
You know what I see him like those. What do you call those characters that don't play on the video games? You know, you have like just the background characters in a video game. That's what those people are. They're just
they're zombies. Their brain is not on. Like they need the flip the on switch. On switch. Let's go. Quick, expeditiously.
But how many people like that we live?
99% of the humans that walk this planet.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Are completely the R word.
Yeah.
I know you can't say it anymore. I don't care. They're completely just.
My grandma used to always tell me. She used to tell me in Spanish, if there was ever a army of dumbasses, it would be the most powerful army in the world.
Oh my God. There are so many dumbasses. And so that led me to my point, which is what I was telling them, bro, it's your responsibility and your duty to be great. It's all of our duties to be great. This world has enough regular marginal people. If you have a talent, it is your responsibility to be great. If you are not great, you are failing yourself. Period.
Preach.
And so like everything you do should be done at that level. There's no room. If you, like, it's one thing that like, if your abilities will have you on 9, you can't get to 10. You're a 9er. Not to be confused with the football team. You're a 9er, but if you can hit 10, if you hit 9, you failed. So it's your job to live up to your ability and continuously make that exceed every time.
With closing, the roots of ambition, my boy, Max Perry.
Yes, sir.
Blew that one out the park. Oh, golly.
Yes,
dude,
sir.
Hey, you blessed us, bro.
Appreciate
you blessed us.
Thank you so much for being here,
bro. Of course.
I see a part 2 soon, dude.
I'm here
I see a part 2 soon. Hell yeah, dude. That was
too much education.
Dude.
Yeah, I felt like I should have paid for this, I think.
No, straight.
People do. Yeah. People do. Yeah, but no, man, it's great. It's great. I always love to be able to share my experiences and hopefully, like, you know, people, when I say these things, they're designed for someone to hear it and run the touchdown with it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, take this information and don't just be like, yeah, it was entertaining. Like, go improve your life. You know what I mean? Like, go do something.
You couldn't have said it more clear, bro.
Yeah. So tell people what you got going on, or if you want to promote anything.
Sure.
You know your camera, big dog.
Yeah, so
let the dogs out, baby.
On the musical side, always got a lot of work on. I just did something for Kodak Black that just dropped the other day. I got a song with Killer Mike coming out on a TV. She's incredible. Coming out on a TV show that is coming out soon. Always doing work with Berner. Got some other top secret things that I don't even want to speak on because I don't even like talking about stuff until
it gets out.
The ink is dry. You know what I mean? But as far as like IPC, you know, we're definitely, gunning to be at the forefront of the publishing business and, maximizing our clients' coverage and service and revenue as much as possible. And keep seeing us at the forefront, of visibility with our business and just better technological aspects, better features, better, it's all about the client and giving them the best experience as possible.
Big respect.
And then, who knows what other, I got some.
Stay tuned, baby.
Yeah,
stay tuned.
I got some other opportunities and ventures I want to get into, but.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Well, make sure you come back and Tell
For
us all
sure.
about it.
100%.
Where can they find you?
At Max Perry Music on all socials. At IP Collections _ for the for the company. www.collectmypub.com is our website. Just got a redesign. It's about to launch like any day now. It looks amazing.
Nice.
And
Good for you,
yeah,
bro.
just
Good stuff, man.
looking forward to the future.
Hell yeah, bro. Thanks for
Dude,
blessing
this
us with
was
your
so
time,
awesome.
dude.
Thank
you for blessing us, bro. Hell yeah,
We mean
man.
it. Anytime you want to come back, we'd love to have you. This
Man,
is a
appreciate
great.
it.
The Roots of
That means a lot.
Ambition.
Hell yeah.
Arms wide open
Yes,
with you,
That's
bro.
right. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
My brothers.
One love, brother.
Yes, sir.
One love.
Appreciate you guys.
Well, guys, thank you. You guys already know what time it is. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This was the Roots of Ambition. Burn the chips, baby.
Burn them. Burn
Yes,
them.
sir.
Let's go. So, hey, we got a lightning round for you. Bunch of questions.
Sure.
Cool?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get that one done. I'm excited for this.
We left the horror, no lifeline, no crutch. Just hustle in our hands and a dream to clutch. Fear in the mirror, but we faced it loud. Cause fortune only favors the ones who bow out proud. Burn the ships, no churning around. Put our backs to the edge and our feet on the ground. We talk about the climb, the grit and the scars. The roots run deep and the dreams reach far.